Alrighty, so I got this pretty nice RX 580. Got it for a really nice deal, just about under $100. It is a 4 gigabyte. And what we're going to do is we're going to throw it on a riser and attach it to the little makeshift test bench I have here in the garage, just to see what we're going to do with it. So it holds one 8-pin. Just going to attach the 8-pin to it. And we're going to run it off the riser right straight to the motherboard. Okay, so once we've got this set, we're going to give some power, and we're going to run it without any overclocks once it logs into Hive OS. I'm going to also see what our power at the wall is. So here we go. Power is on. We do have it spinning. This is the first time I've actually connected this. Came in over the weekend. And now we're loading the blue screen for Hive OS. All right, and we are loaded in Hive OS. So we're running off Team Red Miner. It is currently mining. And at the wall, we are right at 200 watts. Okay, so we've got it in Hive OS showing up. You can see the RX 580. It's a Samsung memory, which is actually pretty easy, because on the rig that I'm going to throw this on, my Hawkeye rig, which is a bunch of other 580s, I've got 2 other Samsungs. You can see that it already has the overclock that I wanted with the new BIOS in it, the 674, which is good. So I'm actually just going to copy these over into that miner, and we're going to see if it works. But you know, for those that are, you know, if this is your first card, like I said in the beginning, that you're looking to, you know, try to mine on, the first thing you have to do is you have to create. So when we come back over here, you have to create your wallet. So come in and you can see what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be using these 580s for Ethereum Classic. If we come over to what to mine and we type in a 580, right? So if we come over here and type in a 1580, you could see that it's actually going to be giving us a little better than what we have here. But if we calculate it, doing an average of the last 3 days, you could see that, let's see, we could see that, yeah, all right. You can see Ethereum is still there at $1.46, $1.14 after power. However, this is a 4G card, so I can't do Ethereum. Ergo, and funny enough, Ergo has just done their reduction in block rewards, but Ergo is sitting here at $1.06 with 88 cents after power. But what I'm really going to be doing is I'm going to be using it for Ethereum Classic right here. And you can see it, Ethereum Classic is $1.04. 72 cents after power, but I can come over here and actually make this 31.25. It's actually only using about 100 watts at the wall on these 580s. That's what I'm kind of getting out of them. And you can see when I do a recalculation here on what to mine, you can see that Ethereum Classic actually moves up to number 2, right? Now it is still about 5 cents less than Ergo, and that's something I like to look at, because Ergo is not very power dependent, right? So, but I am going to be throwing this on Ethereum Classic. And what you would have to do is you come over to wallets, right? Add a wallet, just type in what you're going to do. So in this case, I'm going to have an ETC wallet. I'm going to just paste the wallet address. I can name it whatever I want, and that's it. It's created. All right. So you can see I have one right here. It's on my ledger. Okay. And what we're going to have to do next is create a flight sheet. Okay, so on the flight sheet, what we're going to have to do is, and what I'll do is I'm just going to jump into the farm here. So on the test bench, come over to the Thanos rig. All right, and I'm going to come over to flight sheet. And you can see I have one here already made, but I'm going to walk you through how to do this, right? So what you're going to first do is find the coin that you want, Ethereum Classic. What wallet? This is my, the only ETC wallet I have is to my ledger. And then I'm going to be mining this to Hive on, right? It's free. I'm doing the main rig I'm using. Once this gets set over, it's going to be thrown over on 2Miners, just because 2Miners is getting a little bit better return. And then once you click on that, now it's picking your miner that you're going to use. And I'll tell you, with the 580s, I really like using the Team Red miner one. They've done some really good updates to it. On the configuration side, you really don't have to do anything. I'm not dual mining this, so I don't have to worry about anything. You know, it's just going to be simply how it is here. And that's it. You know, it's the latest version. I'm going to go ahead and hit apply and hit update. And once I hit update, now it's going to go ahead and set it, right? So you can hit this little spaceship to take off. We are going to jump into the miner. And let's do this. So I'm going to pull up. There we go. I'm going to pull up this. We are going to come over user. Oh, hold on. So instead of doing an SSH into it, I'm just going to type in. So user, whatever your password is, you can see it's there. I'm going to hit miner, right? And now we are loading into the miner. So you can already see that it's doing about 12.38 mega hash. And let's see, we'll come back over here to Hive OS, and we'll do a refresh. You can see it's about 12.38 mega hash. Now this is software, it's not at the wall. I'll have to go back into the garage here and actually look what it is at the wall, but I'll get that reading. And you can see what we're doing here. It's about 111 watts, right? So I'm going to let this run out, and then we'll start, let it run for about 2-3 minutes just to get a baseline. Typically what I've been seeing right off the bat is about 25 mega hash, but we're going to see if we can work a little better with it. All right, so while this is, I just restarted the miner. We're going to see if these settings are going to give us anything. While this is happening, one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to auto fan settings here. And this is just something I like to have. What I do is I want auto fan to be on. My target core temperature, I really don't like it to go over 60. Target memory 90 really doesn't apply to anything except the newer cards, or like you see the Vegas. Minimum fan speed, I like to run it at 50%. Max is 100. And I will put reboot on errors. And if it does hit 90 degrees Celsius, I do want the miner to stop and reboot itself, right? So I'm going to hit apply. And you can see here, we are getting right around that 27, but I really want to see if we can get up to that 31, because if you come over here and look at the Hawkeyes I've got running here, I'm getting about 31.25 and about 90 watts here. So with these overclock settings, which is the same thing I've got, I'm going to just see it. I know it does take just a little bit of time to really get it situated, and we'll see if that can bump up. Coming back over here to this rig. All right, so we are still only seeing 27. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to stop the miner. We're going to stop the miner. We're going to come on over here to overclock, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to download the VBIOS for this card, right? I'm going to download it. And what I'm going to do is I'll save it to the storage, click download. I'm going to save it actually to my saved folders where I have all my other BIOSes that I have saved. And then I'm going to actually upload from this the edited BIOS that I've done. So you can see right here, this is the Thanos one. I'm going to click on it. It is going to download, and I'm just going to move it. There we go. Okay. So now I'm going to flash the BIOS on this, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose the file that I'm going to flash. And we're going to come over here. We're going to come to my crypto farm. We're going to come to mining software, come over to AMD BIOS, the Samsung ones that I have. And what you'll see is I have an edited one, right? So I have an edited one that I did back in February, and we were only getting about 27 mega hash. So I want to see if I can bump this up to 31. So I'm going to hit open. All right, this is the one I'm going to do. This is the card I want to flash. All right, and we're going to hit upload. Right, so I'm going to go ahead and attempt to upload the flash BIOS to this 580. And if it doesn't work, we've already saved the original BIOS that we can just flash onto it. So this takes a couple of seconds. Let's see if we could flash it and see if we can squeeze out that couple of mega hash that we were missing out. Because like I said, I want to get about 31.25. So you see ROM flashing okay. Now reboot. So this is updated. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here. We're going to do a reboot for the system. And once it gets rebooted, we're going to see if now we can get that that 31.25 mega hash. All right, so we'll be back in about 2 seconds. Okay, so we have rebooted, and let's see what we start seeing here. It is, we're going to pull up the miner. There we go. So we are pulling up our miner. And let's just see if we can start to see anything above that 27 mega hash, right? So you can see right off the bat, we're starting out about 17. All right, so we'll let it tune out. We'll see. Like I said, normally it takes a couple of minutes for it to really start to get some decent. Oh, there we go. Just bumped it up to 31.25. So 31.25. So that flashed BIOS actually did help. I was able to a couple of months ago, probably like 2-3 months ago, when I first got my first 580. Just doing some searching on the internet, I was able to find some tweaks, and yeah, I mean, it actually does help. It's helped with the Ergo, and it's helped now with the ETC. So we are getting some decent, yeah, there it is right there, 31.21. So that's what I wanted to see. Coming back over to Hive OS, you could see that we are right here at 31.21 at 91 watts. So it's actually lower. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go jump over into the garage and just check to see what we're getting at the wall. Okay, so you could see right here, we're getting about 167 watts at the wall. Definitely down from the 200 we were seeing without the overclocks. And I mean, that's about accurate. You know, we were seeing about 200 watts with about 112 to 120 in the software. Now it's down to 91 watts. So all in all, I'm pretty happy with this. Again, this is just going to be all of my ETC. All my 580s are going to be doing ETC. And we'll see how that goes. You know, I'm pretty happy with the returns. Right now, it is the most profitable coin. Especially with Ergo, just taking a small little dip in the reward blocks. But as price appreciates, hopefully we start to see definitely some good gains coming out of it. And again, hopefully this kind of helps you with if you are setting up your first rig. I know a couple of people have been asking me, you know, this is, again, pretty simple. You know, go through that step like I showed you. You know, here I've got just a little old USB that I've got the operating system on. I go into the BIOS like I showed you, how to change the setting, the priority setting. And when I have that USB in, it goes into the miner. When I pull that USB out, or if I just, you know, in my case, I'll F10 it, and I can jump into Windows or in whatever operating system you're going to be using. But this is something I've got for my gaming computer. When I'm not using it, I just throw the USB in, let it mine. And then when I'm doing something with it, gaming, streaming, whatever it is, you know, then it's not mining. So might as well make it do its work while it's just sitting there idle. So what we're going to do now is take it off the test bench and throw it in the mining tent. So I'm going to throw it on the Hawkeye rig, which is on the bottom level of my 3-rack system. We'll open up the tent, throw it in there, and call it a day. Again, these 580s are actually pretty cheap. I'm picking them up for about $100 now for the 4 gigabyte ones. So let's go over into the garage and set this up into the tent. And there she is on the bottom of the rack. Home sweet home for the 580. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next video.